analysis platform. And here on Newsfile, we put Ghana first.
We stand beneath you. What are you doing?
Newsfile with Samson Ladi Anyanini. On Joy News, independent, fearless, and credible.
It's 7 p.m. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Joy News Prime. Remember, this broadcast is live from our studio. In Accra. We're live on DSTV channel 421 and GoTV 125 and around the world on myjoyonline.com. I am Emmanuel Samani.
And I'm Fostina. Sarfo, tonight, driver and mate killed in a fuel tanker explosion at Adubinsu in the Ashanti region. We're live on the grounds for the very latest.
Also tonight, residents in flood-prone areas in Accra count their losses following last night's heavy downpour. We'll bring you a heart-wrenching story from affected residents.
And at Accra Central, more than 149 people, including 42 police officers, have been caught in the grip of a devastating fire that tore through parts of Tudu.
Also tonight, you may require your photo ID to watch porn soon, as Communications Minister Sam George Hin's cabinet is drafting a bill that will force porn sites to demand IDs from every Ghanaian before accessing it. And
later, we'll bring you prime business.
And coming up in business this evening, Energy and Green Transition Minister John Jinapo announces return of global oil giants like Shell and Chevron in Ghana after review of laws covering the oil sector.
And later on, enjoy sports.
Well, the Black Queens have stepped up preparations for the Women's African Cup of Nations set for July, with the team continuing training at the University of Ghana Center.
Well, remember, we are your home of fearless, independent, and credible journalism.
It's a good time to take a seat and please be our guest.
Welcome to the program. Tonight, a driver and his mate have died in a fuel tanker explosion at Adubinsu in the Fija-Kwabre South District of the Ashanti region. The incident occurred in the early hours of Thursday, June 4, 2026.
Well, the tanker was reportedly traveling from Edrinase towards Adubinsu when the driver allegedly lost control of the vehicle due to brake failure. The tanker is reported to have somersaulted and exploded, sparking a fire that destroyed 6 container shops and a nearby house. Personnel from the Ghana National Fire Service, we are told, and the Ghana Police Service were deployed to the scene to bring the situation under control. Some eyewitnesses spoke to JoyNews.
One side the preja train the Keswe say Kim the most general atom the answer more bomb my criminal because that's the way earlier yes also more bomb my anum as a woman anum as a neighbor a mass if you say neighbor Sibu baby I will see na obsessed for can see na no dano
ya be ba no bi say mbeka de asiwa na me fie elme ai so wani mai na e no na say adai ti dimika e bai bedue no na fie no e ka ni na ka so na eja ana so ban ha bi ya me se ka iska no ka ni ba ka na de wo man say e ko pemoi ana ni mu ka na de e say no eno kwan foto wo Kamiska crashing, semi Seria, Agibato, Misika, Meka, maybe Biash. Here, I said Ford. Yeah, number is 53 68 21.
Well, here's the Mamponting Fire Commander DO2 Ekia Brago confirming the number of shops destroyed as the fire service begins preliminary investigations.
Call a free Adubinsu obi free nti ekwan na emu wakakra nti ma e delay e bedru ha no dumienu apa ho simedio no nso ba ye bedru ye na ya bi say full tanker ekita petrol na ahwe ho ama eja atom yanta sempa driver no eja no hye no e ma no afri mu ye de body number police na mate ne de nyame adom pry pa de na nso ye de ne ba ka e de ne ko ayaresa bia mprempren de e wo mu se enipa ebiem bibi obi aho anka de na nso japade ase fi se metal containers be nwotwe a man photo mu niema omode edididi ese ni nyina ahia nyame na ebehwe won so amaya general public ne say ekwan yi eso ye busy pa cars fa ha enti ye besre wona watete kwan ho nyina say eya won nya ahwe yie se betimi mpa omo free kwan no ebi se nyame adom na amaka na nko wura any of the shops yakoto enchen baby senke wura shop ni mu bia enka enye papa na so nyame adom nti sade na nti ye besre ye betufo se amanfo e wokwan yi so no onhwe ahwe ye fi se nya de edi kan ni a ga ka ahwe sa.
Well, let's explore this further. Join us on the phone for more on this is a public relations officer of the Ghana National Fire Service in the Ashanti region, DO2 Ata Mensah. We appreciate your time here on JoyNews Prime. What exactly transpired?
Thank you for having me. So, around 12:07 hours, our outfit got a distress call reporting an outbreak of fire at Adubinsu. So we had to quickly mobilize men from Fontaine Fire Station to quench the fire. Upon reaching there, we realized that fire had engulfed a fuel tanker, had spread to about 8 shops, 1 bedroom, and also a vehicle. In order not for the fire to go beyond its boundary, men had to deploy an offensive strategy to cut the spread. While we were fighting the fire, we realized that there was a charred body, which we've been told that was the driver. We also got information that the mate who was in the car with the driver also had some severe burns and had been taken to the Sarfo government hospital. And so that's what happened today.
And then really confirm from us the number of casualties you have recorded so far.
So we had 1 reported case, that's the driver, who is no more with us. And we also had the mate who had severe burns on the body. Our men at the Mount Pontin Fire Station would give us any update as to how he's responding to treatment.
So the mate is still alive, based on what you're telling me?
From what we got from our men at that time, we know that they are standard operating procedures. So they will be following up this evening at the Sarfo government hospital to check whether he's responding to treatment or he's no more with that.
So you cannot confirm if he's alive or dead. Is that the case?
I cannot confirm that.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Now, this evening, the scale of destruction from the Tudu Inferno continues to unfold, with more than 149 people, including 42 police officers affected by the raging blaze that tore through parts of across central business districts, reducing shops and properties worth thousands of cedis to ashes. Affected traders say years of investment and hard work have been wiped out within hours, leaving many uncertain about how they will recover from the setback. JoyNews' Ramat Bashiru has more on this report.
Yes, 11 years after the 3rd June twin disaster exposed dangers of poor planning, congestion, and weak fire safety enforcement in Accra, another major fire ripped through parts of the capital central business district at Tudu. The blaze destroyed shops and goods worth thousands of cedis, leaving many traders counting their losses and uncertain about how they will recover from the setback.
Yes,
all I have is bent. I don't know what to do anymore.
Madam,
I can't even put a price on the items I have lost. Government should step in and support us. The Interior Minister, Muntaka Mubarak, says temporal accommodation will be provided for affected traders and police personnel displaced by the fire, with arrangement expected to be completed by the weekend.
IGP and the POMAC are doing, which we are supporting, is to immediately, from today, try to get all of you temporary places, even if it is a hotel. You must try immediately to get to a place that you can put your head. We are going to support the IDP and POMAC to make sure that immediately everybody is getting a rented place that at least you can call a new home once we make effort to reconstruct the building.
The mayor of Accra, Michael Alute, also says affected structures will be demolished and redeveloped as part of effort to improve planning and safety standards within the commercial enclave.
We cannot say because of the traders we allow people to die. What happened here, we just thank God that nobody has lost his life. So if we said we have to fix the capital and we are saying traders, we cannot fix the city. The city must be fixed.
While authorities focus on relief efforts and measures to prevent a recurrence, the traders say their concern is finding a way to rebuild after watching years of hard work and investment go up in flames. Ramat Bashir for JoyNews, Accra.
Now to the floods. What started as a normal rainfall turned into a chaotic experience when floods forced open the gates of Madam Yvonne Mensah, a resident of Agbowa, and took over her compound, forcing her family of 4 to seek refuge on top of their kitchen cabinet for close to 4 hours before officers from the National Disaster Management Organization came to their rescue. James Aveji has more in the following report.
A car parked here. This was parked here last night. Before the rains, it's a good working car, but currently it's stuck here with the flood depositing silt in it, and this is the situation of a car that was parked just last night by the owner in front of the house.
So the first one started around 4 p.m.
Okay.
And then it slowed down a bit, and then the excessive one started around 5:20. Okay. Within about 30 minutes,
5:20
p.m. Within about 30 minutes, I realized the place was filling up. So I went inside. My daughter was in, my little boy was there, and then we realized the water was coming through the bathroom. So we started collecting the water out. Then I saw the compound filling. Then I just...
You were in the room?
Yes, we were in the room. So we have to, looking at the level, we have to climb on the kitchen top. And I mean, we were there till around 9 p.m. when we heard another...
Climbed up standing on the kitchen?
Standing on the kitchen top.
With the family?
Yes, with the family. My older son was at work, so the 3 of us, I have to climb on the kitchen top. Till around 9 p.m. when Admo and the fire service team and some of the neighbors came around to rescue us. So that was when we were able to move to my sister's place, and then this morning.
Okay, we can get inside now. So this is the kitchen?
Yes, this is the kitchen. So last night, the 2 deep freezers have toppled over. The fridge was lying flat, and the other fridge was also lying flat. So we have to climb. I was sitting here. My little boy was here, and my daughter was also here. We have to just climb on top.
What about these papers?
Okay, so I do project supervision for a few friends, and I mean, this is the reason why I'm actually quite broken. These are documents for friends in abroad, and it actually escaped my mind. It came to the second level of my wardrobe. They were in my wardrobe, and unfortunately,
and there. Oh, these are your sofas?
Yes, yeah.
They look fairly new.
I actually bought this with my sister just about 2 months ago. I think it's 7 weeks now.
Whoa.
7 weeks now.
Already, which means that it will not be possible to dry them up and use.
No.
That sofa might have cost you how much?
I think it was almost 10,000. The living room sofa. 10,500. It was around 10,500.
Wow. Your bedroom?
As far as this is where I removed the documents. It came as far as this level, and at some points the mattress was floating, and everything is, I don't know.
For those listening now, what can be of help to you?
I mean, as people are led, I really don't know what exactly to say. If we get any support, we'll be mostly glad. But for now, as people are led,
an alternative place.
Yes. Anything to help out would be much appreciated.
Has got her entire house drenched in water last night, and this is what has been left behind. Rooms filled with mud, a house with flowers beautifully decorated been destroyed. From Ablaje here at Old Ashongman, I am James Saveji, reporting the story of many across the country for JoyNews.
Well, unfortunate scenes there, but imagine being woken up at dawn by armed policemen in masks who order you out of your home, pack your belongings outside, and leave your family with nowhere to go before marking your building for demolition. That is the reality facing several residents of Savannah Junction near Tema Community 25 after what they describe as a forceful eviction involving a private developer backed by armed security personnel. My colleague Maxwell Agbaba visited the community and has the rest of the story.
Andel, we'll come back for you, okay? Okay?
Meet Abba, not her real name. Standing outside her locked gate, she gently pets her dog whilst contemplating her next move. For the past 13 years, this 4-bedroom house has been home to Abba, her husband, and their 4 children and other relatives. Today, they face the prospect of losing it all with the property marked for demolition. A track and pickup loaded with the family's belongings is parked outside the house. Aba's 9-year-old daughter says she is traumatized after armed police officers, some wearing masks, stormed their home in the morning.
So this morning I was going to school and they were holding guns and they were coming to our house. I was in the car outside, so I didn't really hear what they were saying. But I just realized my father and my mother were fighting for the house. I've not really seen somebody holding like a real gun. I've only seen water guns, those playful toys, and I was really, really traumatized. But when my mother came to me, she was like, everything is going to be okay. Okay, deep down right now, I'm very sad leaving my home, going to a new home.
Abba says years of hard work and investment are about to go down the drain. She insists the family conducted due diligence before purchasing the land from what they believed were the rightful owners. But a court ruling has now turned their lives upside down.
We were forced out, I should say, because we were dealing with armed men. And the last thing you would want to do is to hustle with men that are armed. And so they just had to force their way. In fact, they were the same people that went in there, into our bedrooms, everywhere, yes, to get our things out of the house. I mean, nobody lifted a finger because we didn't know where we are going to. We don't know where we are going to. We don't know where to go from here, what to do. It's a surprise that you wake up and then in just a twinkle of an eye, you are dispossessed. At least we checked from the one who was selling the land to us, and he had copies of court judgment, yes, giving ownership of the parcel of land to the family that had won that case as of then. I think that was 2008 or whatever when that judgment was given.
Her distress call on Joy FM Super Morning Show led to a Good Samaritan offering temporary accommodation for her family.
So this is one opportunity I would love to seize to say a big thank you to Joy FM because when you came to our rescue this morning to inquire what was happening here, there was a question that the presenter put to me. Where are we going from here? What would we want if somebody is in a position to help? And I remember saying that a place to keep our things and possibly to lodge momentarily until we figure things out. And thank you, Joy FM.
Away from that, no ID, no porn. That's because Communications Minister Samuel Nate George says government will make photo ID compulsory for all porn sites in Ghana. Well, his reason is simple. He says he wants to protect Ghanaian children and defend African family values. But the cost, we're wondering, according to what we're hearing, is that adults' browsing history would now be tied to their identity. Well, he's taking it to cabinet and speaking at the Inter-Parliamentary Conference on Family Sovereignty and Values. The Ningo Pram MP vowed to use every tool at his disposal as Minister of State to protect African values and particularly children.
And I keep saying that, look, we don't need to rewrite the script. Today in the United Kingdom, for you to access a pornographic website, you need to put your driver's license for them to be able to determine that you are 18 years. Ask yourself why they are doing that. Because they've seen the danger and the damage that pornography and over-sexualization have done to a generation of young UK citizens. And that's why for us, we believe that in Ghana here, and we're working with going to cabinet on that, to make sure that before you access any X-rated site, you must put either your driver's license or your national ID card, so that we know who you are and who is going to that site, to prevent children from being exposed to such content. This is the real threat. Because when a child is over-sexualized at an early age, it affects their development, it affects their thinking, it affects even their morality and their values and their standards. And the only way to break a people is to go after the children. Because when the children are destroyed and damaged, that culture, that culturalization gets damaged. The fight against Africa is not against those of us sitting in this room. We were a lost case. The fight is against our children. And that's why when myself and my colleagues in Ghana introduced the Family Values Bill, one of our key arguments has been that we're fighting for the innocence of Ghanaian children, because our children must be protected and safe. We were protected by our parents in an African family setting. We must do same for our children and grandchildren.
Well, for more on this, let's get on to Zoom now and speak with our Parliamentary Affairs correspondent. Ashanti joins us live. Kweku, what more can you tell us with regards to no ID, no porn?
Well, Samani, it's very interesting, and it came with a round of applause in Parliament because so many people were happy about it. And mind you, obviously, this is a conference that is talking about African values, and so a lot of these things are to be expected. But the minister's overarching goal here is young people. As we know, for a lot of societies, people under 18 years are not allowed to view X content online. But how do you check that? How do you check that Fostina or yourself or myself, we are 18 years to be able to access a site? That is by using an ID. That's what Sam George says. He's citing the UK example. It came up recently where they made a law. It came up with some opposition, but it's still something that is done, that you need to show your ID to put in to confirm that you are 18. And then if you are 18, you'll be allowed. But the concern some would express is that for people who are already 18 years, that ties their search history and other things to their IDs, and these are not something that they may be willing to publicly let other people get to know about it in that sense. And that is why it is getting some pushback from some quarters, although generally, especially in a very conservative society like ours in Ghana, it may be accepted. But we'll see how it goes. Where this cabinet memo is set to go, we'll get to know whether this will come in the form of a bill that will be put before Parliament for debate and an approval, or a general governmental policy. But generally, the view is that this would have to come by way of a bill because of the overarching nature of it. But we'll get to see the details in the coming days should Cabinet accept that.
We seem to have lost my colleague there, Ashanti, who's a parliamentary correspondent. I was actually going to find out from him. Okay, I think Kweku's back. But since we're talking about, the family values bill, Sam George indicates that he would be unrelenting in pushing President Mahama to sign the anti-LGBTQ bill. What more can you tell us with regards to that?
Well, yes, Sam George says that the Ghanaian Parliament has passed the bill as far as he's concerned. In fact, he makes the point that other African countries should look up to the example of Ghana and other African countries that have already passed that legislation and also enact their own in their respective continent, in their countries. And that's the message he's sending to members of Parliament and speakers who have converged for this African Values and Sovereignty Conference. He says that that is what they have done, and they are going to push to ensure that President Mahama signs this into law. Listen to Sam George again speaking on the floor of Parliament at this conference, not for Parliament, but at this conference, yes.
Ghana has a law, Nigeria has a law, Malawi has a law. Just pick that law and also replicate same. Because we have the Malabo Convention. We are more alike than we think we are. Who is enforcing all of this? African parliaments, and that's the heading I put there. I said African parliaments have ceded our legislative chambers to Silicon Valley. Let us reclaim our position as legislators. We make the laws. We determine what our people must do. Let us not cede our power to Silicon Valley. What can we do? Ghana has already, I'm using Ghana because I serve as Minister for Ghana in that capacity when it comes to digital technology. In 2012, we passed the Data Protection Act. As far back as 2012. And as we speak now, we're reviewing that law. In 2020, we passed the Cybersecurity Act. As we speak, we're reviewing it again. Because in 2012, when we passed our data protection law, there was nothing like artificial intelligence or artificial general intelligence. So we're bringing it up to speed to meet the realities of today. In 2023, we passed an online safety policy to protect our children. In 2024, we passed the Family Values Bill. It wasn't accented to. We brought it back again. We passed it last Friday. And we'll keep pushing until the president accents to it. And just in April this year, we did it in 2025, but we launched the National AI Policy in 2026. And what we've done with our AI policy...
Oh, you heard there Sam George saying that they will push until the LGBTQ bill is passed into law.
Indeed, we're looking forward to how that will pan out, especially because the minority, they want the 2024 bill to be the one passed.
Right.
And we're looking at some new legislation.
Yeah, no
ID to
no
watch
porn.
pornography. Quite interesting. So,
yeah.
Well, you're still watching JoyNews from right back after this quick 10. Stay with us.
Hi, it's me. The one you poke, sip, and hopefully love. I'm your small reminder that growing up doesn't mean growing out of me. Trends come and go, but you still reach for me. I'm not just a drink, I'm that little sip that reminds you life can still be sweet. Calipo fruit juice drink, making sweet memories. This advert is FDA approved.
Hey, Charlie, what number? The malaria really knocked you down, eh?
Charlie, no joke. Fever, headache, vomiting, loss of appetite. I couldn't even eat my usual fufu.
You and your fufu. But I hope you got tested before the malaria treatment.
Yes, I did. And thanks to Malatu, I kicked out malaria one time.
When malaria strikes, take Malatu, containing artemether and lumefantrine. Comes in tablets and suspension for effective treatment of malaria.
Great to have you back.
Thank you. No problem.
Malatu is suitable for adults and children. Manufactured and distributed by NS Chemists Limited. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Welcome to a place where everyday living is reimagined, where space, movement, and community come together effortlessly. With thoughtfully designed spaces, modern facilities, and everything you need within reach. You don't just live here, you feel safe, comfortable, and at ease. Step inside Eden Heights and discover spaces crafted for comfort, style, and everyday living. And just when it feels right, you will know. Because this isn't just about finding a house, it's about stepping into a better way of living. Eden Heights, the height of modern living. Book a private viewing today.
Difficult round for the American defence to deal with, and that's another shot! They scored! A wonderful volley!
The stadium is live! The fans are roaring and the excitement has officially kicked off. It's goal rush season at Ghana. This World Cup season, the match isn't just on the pitch, it's happening right in your home. Build your home stadium with world-class cinematic TVs, powerful sound bars, and home theaters, high-power speakers, laptops, tablets, and projectors for the ultimate streaming. Compute Ghana is delivering unbeatable deals, not just discount, but a chance to win 100-inch 4K smart TVs, mobile phones, laptops, and many more. Just purchase items 1,000 Ghana cedis and above, and automatically enter the raffle draw. Shop online at ComputeGhana.com. Call on 0302-752020. Go Rush season, the ultimate football experience, only at Compute Ghana.
Another week is here on the greatest of all time show. My name is Giovanni Clip, and tonight we're bringing you talent. Contestant number one, let's bring Baby Car. Let's bring. You did it for you.
Cut. Oh, there is a leakage.
Where's the plumber? For quality and durability, insist on Syntex pipes.
If you want quality, this be where you belong.
Strong, tough, and reliable. Your perfect match to your trusted Syntex pipe. Syntex pipe, it dey carry water, no wahala. Syntex pipe, it dey make water dey flow. Syntex, and you're strong, and you're tough.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabedim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
Discover Willow Lane in Sakumono, one of Ghana's most prime community. These expertly designed 4-bedroom homes feature a private elevator, 4 ensuite bedrooms, private balconies, walk-in closets, and a gourmet kitchen and a maid's quarters. Perfect for families, executives, investors, and retirees. Our community offers a swimming pool, playground, and 3-tier security for your peace of mind. Experience the ultimate in comfort, convenience, and community here at Willow Lane, Sakumon. Visit waylead.org or call 0240-111119 or 0308-040500 to book your tour today. Waylead, your trusted home builder.
Welcome back from the break to other stories now.
Now, the Criminal Division of the Accra High Court has dismissed an application found by the Bono Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Kwame Bafo, popularly known as Abronya DC, seeking a variation of his bail conditions after he failed to comply with the court's order to surrender his passport. Now, the court subsequently ordered his immediate remand to police custody and directed that he would remain in detention until he fulfills the conditions imposed by the court. Legal Affairs correspondent Fatal Bayaga reports.
More trouble for Abronya DC as instead of securing a variation of his bail conditions, he now finds himself heading back into police custody for failing to submit his passport to the registry of the court. Abronya was granted bail on May 21 following his rearrest in the sum of 100,000 Ghana cedis with 2 sureties to be justified. The court also ordered him to report to the police CID headquarters once every 2 weeks and deposit his passport at the registry of the court. However, in an application before the court, Abronya sought to have the passport requirement removed from his bail conditions, arguing that he intends to travel to the United Kingdom on June 14, 2026 to pursue studies and may also need to seek medical attention abroad. Following submissions by lead counsel for the applicant, Daniel Mate-Addo, the prosecution led by Principal State Attorney Joshua Saki opposed the application. The prosecution argued that Abronya had failed to comply with the court's initial directive to deposit his passport at the registry and therefore urged the court to dismiss the application and remand him into custody until he complied with the order. In her ruling, presiding judge Halima Abdul Al-Lawal Bassett stated that the evidence before the court showed that Abronya had not submitted his passport to the registry, explaining that the passport was allegedly at the British High Commission in Ghana. The court consequently dismissed the application seeking a variation of the bail conditions and ordered his immediate remand into police custody until the passport is deposited with the court registry. Abronya DC was not present in court today. However, when he appeared before the court on Tuesday, he told the media that the ongoing arrest and legal challenges would not deter him from expressing his views on issues affecting the country. The latest ruling marks another setback for the outspoken politician politician as his legal troubles continue, with his freedom now dependent on his compliance with the court. Reporting for JoyNews from the Accra High Court, I'm Fatal Bayaga.
Away from that, government is facing renewed pressure to reform Ghana's electoral system after civil society organizations identified major gaps they say are allowing money to wield excessive influence in politics while shutting out women, young people and other vulnerable groups from elected office. The calls come from policy think tanks, including the Center for Democratic Development and the Gender Center for Empowering Development, for a January 2026 report that highlighted concerns over weak campaign financing laws. There is more in the following report.
Since attaining Republican status in 1960, Ghana has held several general elections as well as numerous internal party elections, forming a long record of democratic practice and political competition. Currently, the country has a total of 40 women in parliament, despite ongoing efforts to increase female representation in government, including the passage of the Affirmative Action Law aimed at promoting gender inclusion in public office. Executive Secretary of the Gender Center for Empowering Development, Esther Teria, warns of a weakening of Ghana's electoral system, citing the growing influence of money in politics and the continued exclusion of women, young people and other vulnerable groups from meaningful political participation.
The law doesn't have a cap on the times for campaigning, the amount of money, the full disclosure, sort of thing. The law is not there. And so that's why we are saying that we need an independent political party financing authority. And the Constitutional Review Commission has even actually alluded to the fact, with all the consultation that it did, to regulate the political party system and candidates, because we have independent candidates also. So if the Ashanti MP is an independent candidate, right? And all the things he was doing as the community, eulogizing him and saying he has done this, he has built this, who checked where he got all the monies from?
The concerns also found some rare bipartisan agreement with both the NDC and the NPP, acknowledging the challenges associated with campaign financing and political participation.
For women, you hardly get mentors. You hardly get people that would say that I believe in this person, so I would want to mentor this girl or help this young woman to come up.
Aside the fact that they want to see that you have the ideas, you understand the NDC and all that, they would expect that you push something to them before they vote for you. And so you, the politicians, where are you going to get it from? Now, no matter what anybody does for you, the person is expecting something in return. So that is basically the problem. It's a reorientation of our system.
The Center for Democratic Development is proposing the adoption of a model law to strengthen oversight of campaign financing and political party activities. Joseph Otifrimpong is the programs officer at CDD.
Currently, the existing laws regulate political parties instead of candidates. We don't have spending limits for political parties. So that's the gap that the draft model law seeks to address. Looking at the rising cost of politics in the country, we need a law that will help to address this challenge.
With concerns mounting over the influence of money in politics, the challenge for policymakers will be whether they can close the gaps before another election cycle reinforces the very inequalities the reforms are seeking to eliminate. For JoyNews, Stephen Mensah.
Let's cross over to the Upper West region, where in Wa, the spirit of June 4 came alive again today as leaders reminded the grassroots that the revolution was never about slogans, but about accountability to ordinary Ghanaians. JoyNews Upper West regional correspondent Rafiq Salam joined former government functionaries, members of the United Cadres Front and the NDC party supporters to commemorate the day. Here's his report from Wa.
Upper West Regional Minister Charles Wonga Poison says the NDC must keep faith with the ideals that sparked the June 4th uprising: probity, accountability, and justice for the everyday worker, farmer, and trader. Reading the minister's message, political coordinator at the Upper West Regional Coordinating Council, Bahara Thomas, told party members that June 4th is a call to serve with discipline and put national interests above personal gain.
Comrades, the June 4th revolution was a bold statement against corruption, abuse of power, indiscipline, and the neglect of the ordinary Ghanaian. It sought to restore confidence in public service and ensure that leadership was exercised in the interest of the people rather than a privileged few. The principles of probity, accountability, and transparency, the social justice remain the cornerstone of the political philosophy of the National Democratic Congress.
And speaking for the United Cadres Front and on behalf of their chairman, Regional Treasurer James Zedu, had a direct message to the base. The future of the revolution rests with you. Mr. Zedu praised the progress brought to the region, but warned that cadres must stay united and active to guard the legacy of the late President Gerald John Rawlings.
But for Rawlings, we would not have had a region. But for Rawlings, we didn't know a attitude. But for Rawlings, we did not have any aeroplane park. But for Rawlings, we did not have a university. But for Rawlings, we did not have highways. But for Rawlings, we did not have many things that have brought development to this region. So Upper West region, we forever remain this is where to dream. Therefore, very grateful to him. May he shake in his grave. And may he know that what is God, people are seen there in his head. And until all pass away, that's why we said the revolution will continue. It has come to stay. How does it stay? The stay of this revolution will depend on you, and you, and you, and then the you family.
Both leaders ended with a call to action, strengthen the party from the ground up, mentor the next generation, and keep the June 4th spirit alive, not just in speeches, but in service to the people. The commemoration brought together party executives and former government functionaries, cadres, and supporters to honor the memory of the late President Gerald Rawlings and all those who contributed to the revolutionary struggle. Reporting for JoyNews, Rafiq Salam. Wow.
You're still watching JoyNews Prime. Please stay with us. We'll be right back. But before that, rice farmers across the country are threatening to abandon production if government fails to urgently address a growing glut in the local rice market. According to the Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana, more than 90% of rice farmers are currently stuck with unsold stock, raising concerns about livelihoods and the country's food security. The association is therefore calling for the immediate implementation of government's proposed rice import quota policy, warning that any further delay could worsen the crisis and discourage farmers from returning to the fields next season. Well, let's explore this further, and join me now on the line is the president of the National Peasant Farmers Association, Douglas Arnold. We appreciate your time here on JoyNews Prime. Let's understand how severe the situation is on the ground.
Yes, thank you for having me. Yes, on the ground, as you are saying for the document, yes, to go to the ground, our farmers have a stock of rice produced for so many months ago that they don't have market for their produce. So that's why we made the decision that, yes, if the government was saying that they want to do the quota system, we support the government to do that, but it must be immediate and now, so that all the stock the farmers have a good market for their produce.
And really, have you so far been in engagement with government? What assurances have they been giving you?
We have become government. In our last AGM Tamale, we raised the same issue and with the Minister of Agriculture, and he promised that they will do something about it. So that's why we shared the statement yesterday ago that they're going to do the quota system. We acknowledge that, yes, if they are saying that they're going to do that, we acknowledge for that. So they have to be fast track of that project so that more of the farmers, the stock we have, they can sell it now.
Thank you so much. Let's look at the policy side of the conversation. And join me now is the Vice Chairperson of Parliament Select Committee on Food, Agriculture and Cocoa Affairs, Gakwe Kwame. Thank you so much for your time here on JoyNews Prime. You've heard some of the concerns farmers have raised from a policy perspective. What's your immediate reaction?
Yeah, thank you very much, and good evening to your listeners, your followers, and those who are following it. First of all, I empathize with the farmers because when you farm and then nobody buy your produce, it becomes disheartening and then demoralizing. And then this is all boiled down to what I would call value addition, as well as the case for buying made in Ghana goods or eat Ghana, grow Ghana, the campaign we have started. Technically, you can see that people are now, the awareness is being created for made in Ghana produce, especially the rice and other ones to buy. People are now acquiring the taste and then they are now buying. And then they raise certain ethical issues that are very legitimate. And I mean, I have to say that it's very legitimate because for now, all government institutions, government procurement towards school feeding programs, secondary school, nursing trainings, all institutions in Ghana have to buy made in Ghana produce.
Okay.
Right.
If I may, the farmers are calling for an immediate implementation of an import quota and even a temporary ban on rice imports. From your position on the committee, how practical and enforceable are their concerns?
For ban on importation of rice, I don't think it's feasible because we are in a global world. Being fair to people, trade. You can't unilaterally ban rice. The quota system can be implemented. But all of a sudden you ban the rice totally. I don't think that is feasible at this time. But the quota system can work, and gradually there will be, because even if you ban rice, the tons of rice you are producing in Ghana cannot feed Ghana.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, we appreciate your time here on JoyNews Prime.
Well, it's time now for Showbiz with the one and only Becky, and it's time for you to go because I've been leaving all week.
So enjoy your time with Becky.
And yo, welcome back. It's that time of the show where we bring you Showbiz with Becky. And just before we came in, we're practicing, Becky's French. Bonsoir.
Bonsoir, monsieur, docteur, Samani. Au revoir.
Au revoir, bye.
That's all I know. But how you doing?
I've been good.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Oh, I missed you too.
Where have you been?
I've been here. Where have you been?
I've been around.
No, you've not. You've been crisscrossing continents from Africa to Europe.
I know.
And you didn't bring us anything from Paris.
Oh, I did. I
did?
brought you something, but hold that thought. Let's talk about the visionary band because they are appealing to the presidency for stronger support to improve their mobility and communication access. The band says daily movement across the city for rehearsals and performances remains a major challenge, limiting both their independence and professional growth. They are calling for targeted assistance to make transportation and communication more accessible so they can fully participate in Ghana's creative and cultural space.
The one major thing which serves as a drain onto our finances has to do with transportation. I'm sure that after the end of this program, somebody will be touched to donate a bus.
Somebody should do that. Maybe you should just speak to the president or people who are involved.
I would want to use this opportunity to appeal to our affable president. Somebody describes him as a generational thinker, and indeed he is. So I would want to use this opportunity to appeal to him that he should come to our aid. And I do recall that as at the time he was launching the free tertiary policy for persons with disabilities, we were there. We went to play for him.
Oh.
Yes, we went to play for him.
Okay.
And
so it means that he has you in mind.
Yeah.
So this is just a reminder.
This is just a reminder.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that by the end of this program, definitely a call will come and he would honor that. So we are hoping that he does that for us.
Away from that award-winning Ghanaian singer, you know that Kofi Kinata, he has joined the nation's World Cup fever with the release of an inspiring new video and song dedicated to the Black Stars. The track, which celebrates resilience, national pride, and the spirit of Ghanaian football, arrives as fans eagerly anticipated the team's campaign on the global stage. So if you haven't listened to that song yet, we have it for you this evening on JoyNews Prime.
Gano dende, rasta so dende. Gano dende, rasta so dende. Yeita mubi oba na batene samia. Ya chaga mubi oba na batene samia. Yeita mubi oba na batene samia. Ya chaga.
So is a song going on for you?
Yeah. I mean,
what do you think? What do you? I mean,
well, I see the fans jamming to it against Panama, but looking at our last, performance against Wales, I'm not too confident in the Black Stars this time round. I think we come home early, but the good part is at least we've been to the World Cup, so we can mention the Nigerians that, Omo, stay in Nigeria in your light off. At least we've been.
But do you know the recent news about the Black Stars? I understand that they are already in the US and they've So when are they playing again? Or we should leave that for the sports.
The sports guys, we'll take it. Let's get more entertainment.
But another interesting thing happening in the world of entertainment is Akon saying that musicians are not as wealthy as many assume. He claimed that contrary to the flamboyant aesthetics and luxurious lifestyles many artists flaunt on social media and in music videos, many of them are not financially stable. In an interview with Hip Hop Eye, Akon explained that music is lucrative, but it is the executives and those in the back end who make more money, not the artist. Quote, in the music industry, the artist is the last to get paid. He is the broke one, but he is the most famous. If you want to be broke and famous, be an artist. But if you want to make real money, go to other sectors of music business, like the producer, songwriter, manager, agent, and attorney. There are so many areas in the entertainment field that you can really maximize. And I agree with that. The song actually playing in the background.
I'm so paid.
You didn't.
I'm so paid.
So that's like the irony of the whole thing.
I don't agree.
Say that musicians are
because, I get the arguments that, of course, your manager, your record label, etc. However, when you're getting the ambassadorial deals and whatnot, doesn't those monies go into your pockets?
I think that to some extent he is, saying the truth, because I've had conversations with some people in the industry, and it's not as lucrative as what we see. Well, because you're paying the songwriter, you're paying the mixer, you're paying
the producer,
the manager, and all of that, and you're left with practically zero.
I mean, I beg to differ because if you look at Drake and again, Drake has also diversified, but yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe we should be managers for some artists.
That's what I'm planning to do, since there's a lot of money to be made out there.
Absolutely.
But thank you so much for having me, Dr.
You're welcome, Becky, and welcome from Paris. And that's a show for you this evening.
You can call me a Parisian.
Oh, Parisian.
That's
Parisian Becky. There you go. And that's our package for you this evening. But of course, you can find more news on our website. It's myjoyonline.com. My name is Emmanuel Samani, and
my name is Becky. Business is up next with Kweku. I don't know whether that's what you say. It's Kweku, right? Oh, yeah, it's Kweku. Kweku will be right here with you.
Hey, what's up?
Life. It's moving so fast. Yesterday I was in class 4. Today I'm almost in JHS. My shoes don't fit me anymore. My voice is deeper. I was watching cartoons, but now they say I'm too old for that.
The more things change, the more they'll stay the same. I still love you the same.
Come and sit, Dad.
In a world that keeps changing, Calipo still keeps making sweet memories.
I still love it.
Dad, I told you to have a sip, not to finish it.
Calipo food juice drink, making sweet memories. This advert is FDA.
Charlie, what number? The malaria really knocked you down, eh?
Charlie, no joke. Fever, headache, vomiting, loss of appetite. I couldn't even eat my usual fufu.
You and your fufu. But I hope you got tested before the malaria treatment.
Yes, I did. And thanks to Malatu, I kicked out malaria one time.
When malaria strikes, take Malatu, containing Artemether and Lumefantrine. Comes in tablets and suspension for effective treatment of malaria.
Great to have you back. Thank you. No problem.
Malatu is suitable for adults and children. Manufactured and distributed by NS Chemist Limited. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Seeing the Prentex fabric, I like the color, texture. I chose this design that suits my body type. It means a lot to me to look good in clothes that I wear. I don't care about nobody's opinion. Prentex.
Did you know that Ghana currently spends more than 8 billion Ghana cedis annually importing food that can be produced locally? That is why this June, Joy Business and the Super Morning Show, in partnership with the Federation of Associations of Ghanaian Exporters, FAGE, bring you the Joy Agribusiness Month 2026 under the theme From Soil to Sovereignty, Building Ghana's Agricultural Self-Reliance Through Innovation. Join us on the Joy Super Morning Show, JoyNews, and across Joy Business platforms for a month-long national conversation on Ghana's food security and agribusiness future. Week 1 focuses on government policy, trade and financing for food sovereignty. Week 2 explores research, innovation, mechanization. Week 3 examines infrastructure, value addition, youth participation and agricultural financing, while Week 4 highlights opportunities across key horticulture value chains. The final week looks at consumer power and Ghana's roadmap to food sovereignty by 2030. Stay tuned to Joy FM and Joy News.
Hey, Abna, you're going to leave again? Yep, very much needed one so I could get to relax. Wow, every time you go and leave, you go on vacation. Yeah. Last 2 years it was Dubai. Even last month you went to Mexico. This time, where are you going to? Tell me. This time I'm going to Guangzhou, China. I see. How do you do it, Abuna? Because every time I try, I get scammed. I use Waka now. They can get you the cheapest flight deals. They assist you with your visas, your hotels. They have well-created packages for everyone, and then you can pay small. You can call them on 024-243-5515, or you can visit their website at wakanow.com.
Welcome to Prime Business. My name is James Shen. To our very first story this evening, Energy and Green Transition Minister John Jinapor has announced the return of global oil giant like Shell to Ghana's crude exploration space. International oil players like ExxonMobil and Chevron were recently forced to freeze their entry to Ghana due to concerns about the country's oil investment laws. While speaking to investors in London, the minister revealed that all their concerns have been addressed to aid their entry.
Even as we are encouraging you to invest, we want to assure you that we are building a very robust environment, a business-friendly environment, so that there is certainty when you invest. And the results are beginning to show. Gas is increasing, oil production is increasing, investments are increasing. I just had a meeting with Chevron, Shell, they've signed an MOU. All the big boys are coming back to Ghana. And the investor appetite is growing up. In the downstream sector, we've undertaken a lot of reforms, and Bost and other people will be talking. So I don't want to belabor the point. But we need a lot of investment there to ensure that we have oil supply reliability. Following the Iran-US war, you might have observed that a lot of countries are going through very turbulent moments. In fact, in some countries, the products are not even available, let alone price it. In Ghana, we provided a subsidy of 2 cedi on every liter of diesel for 1 month. After 1 month, we decided that we'll do 1 cedi. We'll provide a subsidy, but we'll do that in a meticulous manner, not to create debts. And like I always say, if you subsidize, pay for it. We've learned our lessons.
Now, reacting to news of the return of global oil giants like Shell to Ghana's crude exploration space, Executive Director for the Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy, Benjamin Insia, says this will increase foreign direct investment and enhance the growth of the economy.
As we always say, which means revenue flows will increase, fiscal space will get more revenue to be able to embark on various government projects. Local economies will be boosted. 3, foreign direct investment will be attracted, because what it means is that that sector is becoming very buoyant and very attractive to IOCs. 4, we are also likely going to get some risk capacitation of local businesses or local investors who may want to engage or provide some services for these IOCs. So it brings a lot in terms of growth of our economy and some aspects of development that is likely also going to be experienced through revenues mobilized from these sectors.
Now, away from that, businesses along Odona Market and Graphic Road are counting mountain losses following heavy rains that flooded shops, damaged stock and disrupted customer access. Speaking in an interview with Joy Business, traders and business owners say while some drainage improvement works have reduced the severity of flooding in certain areas, recurring floods continue to threaten their operations and revenue. Rosla Kalistego has more in this report.
Heavy rains continue to disrupt economic activities across parts of Accra, many businesses grappling with flooding, low customer turnout, and damaged goods. At the Odona Market, some traders acknowledge that recent drainage works have helped reduce the extent of flooding. However, they say some items can be cleaned and resold after flooding, but others must be discarded entirely, resulting in fresh expenses and shrinking profit margins.
Whenever there's rain, we all get frightened, because by the time you come, your shop will be filled or something will happen. So this morning, God's willing, when we got here, it wasn't as bad as we expected, because the last time we did some mini demonstration on the street. So whoever the contractor is came with an excavator to drill the gutters. So the water couldn't overflow as before. From the down there, it overflow its banks, and if it can't go, it comes to our shops. This morning when I came, few things were wet, and it wasn't like before. But I would say I'm grateful because few things were wet. But the people down there, everything of theirs was wet. So that is our problem.
It's really affected us in a way that the rain even came into our shops and it has flooded the whole shop. So right now, as you can see, we are cleaning our goods.
Because it's plastics, when you wash it, you can sell it. But sometimes things that we cannot wash it, you have to throw it away. More brooms and things that you cannot wash it to use it again, you have to throw it away. So always we have to put another money into the business, and we are not gaining anything.
Thai dealers say muddy flood water and debris make products difficult to display and sell, while delays in ongoing drainage projects are adding to concerns among operators in the area.
So the times we sell, most of the time we sell the new tires and then the old ones. So when they flooded, all the garbages comes here and then enter the shop, so it makes the tire dirty. So even when the customers comes out, it takes a very tough time for you to explain things to him for him to understand. We are hoping that they will do the project and they will do it quickly to alleviate flooding that is going on for quite long. Yes, that is our concern. In fact, the contractor, his job was not in perfection, simply because it's very slow. This stretch of land, it took about almost 1 year. So they are coming to take the second phase and say no, they should halt it for the meantime. If it is anything to go by there, they should wait after the rainy season, because when they started the second phase, in fact, it will be very problem for us.
The impact extends to customer traffic as well. Some businesses report a sharp decline in patronage as flooded roads make it difficult for clients to access commercial premises and warehouses.
The flood has really affected our business in so many ways. If you enter into most of our warehouses where we store our e-waste and other things, you could see that the whole place is taken with the water, and also the road. That is where the customers use was coming. And because of this flood, they were about a week ago, and today most of them has not been able to come. So indeed it's affecting us.
As the rainy season intensifies, traders and business owners are urging authorities to accelerate drainage and flood control projects to protect businesses, preserve jobs, and sustain economic activity in one of Accra's busiest commercial hubs. For Joy Business, Rosta Kalistego's report.
Now, ECOWAS Commissioner for Economic Affairs and Agriculture, Dr. Kalilu Sila, has called for a shift from fragmented agriculture project to a more coordinated and investment-driven food systems approach across West Africa. He made a call in Accra during a strategic fireside chat held on the sidelines of the ECOWAS Rice Investment Roundtable. At a strategic fireside chat held on the sidelines of the event, ECOWAS Commissioner for Economic Affairs and Agriculture, Dr. Kalilu Sila, stressed the urgent need to shift from fragmented agriculture interventions to coordinated investment-driven regional food systems.
For the bank, they train the bank, because sometimes people forget that the bank don't know what is going on in the agricultural sector. If you have money and you want to invest in the agricultural sector, even through the bank, you have a lot of issues because they don't know how it works. So this is also one issue very important. How to make the sector know what is going on. Nigeria do that. Fund for the insurance of the bank, which invests in agricultural sector. And in addition to that, they put up, the central bank set up one additional fund to secure the risk.
On her part, Regional Director for West Africa at AGRA, Natasha Quist, highlighted the importance of building investment-ready food systems anchored in strong partnerships between government, financial institutions, and the private sector.
Connecting those opportunities to capital, which was what our discussions have been about. Her third point is rice, as we've said before, is not just about rice. It's about farmers' prosperity, it's about job creation, it's about strengthening opportunities.
Director of the Soil Values Project at the International Fertilizer Development Center, Chawari Alain, underscored the importance of soil health management and data-driven agricultural practices as critical foundations for boosting productivity and attracting sustainable investment into rice production systems across West Africa.
We build long-term market systems, which is not just delivering inputs. It's to get something that is getting necessary fertilizer at the border of the farmers. So it's not a project, because when the project dies, all the initiatives also die with the project. That is why it's a program for 10 years, it's not a program for 2 years, and this is very, very important for a long-term development program. Secondly, so in practice, we will not just train farmers, like giving them capacity.
The discussions form part of broader engagement under the ECOWAS Rice Investment Roundtable, which seeks to reposition West Africa as an integrated and investable food system economy rather than a fragmented set of national markets. Now, Goldfields is leveraging digital technology to build a more resilient and efficient supply chain while expanding opportunities for local businesses. Speaking in an interview with Joy Business on the sidelines of the 19th West African Mining and Power Expo in Accra, the supply chain manager at Goldfields, Joshua Donko, said the company is committed to building local champions for national economic growth and development.
The 19th West African Mining and Power Expo brought together industry leaders, innovators and key stakeholders from across the region to explore emerging trends and advancement in the mining and power sectors. Speaking on the theme, Supply Chain Innovations in West Africa, Building Resilient, Efficient and Competitive Value Chains for Mining and Energy, the supply chain manager at Goldfields, Joshua Donko, underscored the company's commitment to leveraging digital technologies to enhance efficiency across its supply chain operations.
Now, it helps us in two ways. It helps the supplier to be able to improve on their system, and for us, it also helps us to be able to narrow it down to where the supplier is not doing well, where we can come in to help the supplier to build their capacity so that we can all together build the resilient supply chain that we're looking for. Now, the other bit is to support our local content by making it easier for the in-country suppliers to be able to fully participate in the procurement opportunities that we have, especially for the host community suppliers. And when that is fully implemented, it's expected that it will improve supplier engagement and efficiency.
Vice President of External Affairs at Goldfields and President of the Ghana Chamber of Mines, Michael Edem Akafia, highlighted Goldfields' continuous support for indigenous businesses, noting that many local enterprises that have benefited from the company's procurement and capacity building initiatives have grown into key players across various industries.
In fact, what you would find is that Goldfields has an excellent track record, which, speaks to the fact that ahead of it becoming a requirement of local content, it was Goldfields that awarded a contract to an exclusively Ghanaian-owned fuel supplier. Today, that fuel supplier, in terms of volume, is number 4 on the national list. And that the founder of that fuel supply company acknowledges that Goldfields was a reason, essentially, for where it is at this point in time. Same for power, same for this. So we're not looking at this from one dimension, but from different dimensions. So there are suppliers that have become national players. In fact, not just national players, but international players, because Petroleum, which is the Goldfields contract that they won initially as it was set up, gone to win contracts with other mining companies, including Newmont and so on, but also gone into other countries in the sub-region, including Mali and so on.
He further emphasized the company's commitment to maintaining its social license to operate through impactful community development projects that improve livelihoods and support local economic growth.
I find that these days ESG is a talk, right? So that has been one of the focuses of this particular edition of WAMPEX. I mean, trying to link those ESG performance standards that we adhere to link that to our social license to operate. And we keep saying, as responsible, sustainable miners, that our social license to operate. It's more important to us than any of our other licenses, because we believe that is what allows you to live in harmony with your host community in such a way that you have the peace of mind to be able to carry out the purpose for which you are there in the first place, and impact them in such a positive way that you'll be able to carry them along with you, such that in terms of Goldfields, our purpose is enduring value beyond mining. So that's the whole idea. It's a finite resource, so you must use our resources to ensure there's such transformation in the lives of the people that will have existence beyond even the mine itself.
As part of these efforts, Goldfields is set to undertake a major upgrade of the Pinto Government Hospital. The project includes the construction of a modern 3-story accident and emergency center, complete with an ambulance bay and triage facilities, as well as the renovation of wards and the outpatient department, and many more. The project is expected to be completed by 2029.
Now, MTN Ghana has officially launched the 2026 edition of its annual 21 Days of Yellow Care initiative with a strong focus on improving healthcare delivery by providing and refurbishing hospital beds in selected health facilities across the country to support efforts to address the country's bed shortage challenges.
Speaking at the launch, Chief Corporate Services and Sustainability Officer of MTN Ghana, Adubinsu, highlighted the impact of the Yellow Care program over the past 19 years, noting that the initiative has delivered numerous community development projects across various sectors. She explained that this year's campaign is centered on health and will feature a range of activities including health screenings, public health education, awareness creation on non-communicable diseases, and the repair of hospital beds in selected facilities to help improve patient care and reduce pressure on the healthcare system.
This is our time as employees to complement these efforts and draw more attention to age-old but resolvable issues in our healthcare system, while calling on others to join in addressing such problems. So for this year's Yellow Care, we will shine the spotlight on an issue, and it's been mentioned, that has been in people's hearts and minds recently, the no-bed syndrome in our hospitals. We'll also be engaging in some public health campaigns, as Dr. Pine has said, on non-communicable diseases which have become known as the silent killers. Too many families have lived the painful reality of this no-bed syndrome. Pregnant women turned away at the hospital door. Accident victims move from facility to facility as time slips away. Patients waiting on benches, in corridors, sometimes on the floor, because our hospitals are simply overwhelmed.
Minister of Health Kwabena Mensah Akando commended MTN Ghana for prioritizing healthcare through the Yellow Care initiative. He noted that the program aligns with the government's free primary healthcare agenda and reflects the importance of public-private partnership in strengthening healthcare services and improving health outcomes for citizens.
Is to thank MTN very well for aligning what they are doing at the moment with government priority areas. What it does is to get a quicker results, quicker response. It avoids duplication, it avoids fragmentation. So it gets all of us on the same page and we are able to move faster so that we don't branch. One is going to the north, the other is going to the east and all that. But when corporate Ghana aligns what they want to do with government priority areas, we get quicker results. And I'm so grateful for what you have done before, what you are doing, and what you are here to do for Mother Ghana.
Now let's do more on health, as Glyco Health Insurance has held an ESG Blueprint press engagement to outline the company's sustainability roadmap. The initiative reinforces its commitment to environmental, social and governance standards while positioning Glyco Health as a leader in responsible healthcare and insurance delivery in Ghana.
Glyco Health Insurance has launched its ESG Blueprint and 2025 ESG report, becoming the first health insurance company in Ghana to publish an ESG report. The report outlines the company's commitment to environmental, social, and governance standards and serves as a roadmap for sustainable growth. Chief Executive of Glyco Group, Edward Fokoche, said the initiative demonstrates the company's commitment to transparency, accountability, and responsible business practices, calling on other institutions to emulate its example.
We have, over the period, ensured that all the structures within the organization is embedded with some of these arrangements that will ensure sustainability, and that will, of course, also ensure that our stakeholders at the end of the day are happy, and that will also ensure that the very environment that we operate in will be able to sustain and support us in achieving our long-term vision. We as a single organization cannot do it all, but it's good to start something and to, based on that, ensure that others also learn from us and come on board. It is also to ensure that as a business we are very transparent with our stakeholders, because for businesses to succeed, transparency is very, very important.
Board member and chairperson of ESG Sustainability Committee, Phyllis Amate, highlighted Glyco Health sustainability journey and key ESG initiatives, outlining the company's efforts across environmental, social, and governance pillars.
The social aspect of our ESG leans towards human contact, because that is what health insurance is all about. By driving process, digitalization, and scaling our telemedicine platform, we actively shifting the risk curve. This facility serves as a live laboratory of our green agenda, utilizing the cutting-edge architecture to optimize resources consumption. We're actively generating over 40,325 kilowatts of renewable energy to power our operations last year. Our operational frameworks have earned the company a prestigious triple ISO certification, independently validating our data security, quality management, and operational resilience. We do not just promise governance. We measure it, we verify it, and we hold ourselves accountable to the highest standard.
Glyco Health says the ESG blueprint will guide its sustainability agenda while encouraging other institutions to adopt responsible business practices for long-term impact.
Now, Managing Director at Acacia Insurance, Araba Asumenu, says the company's entry into the retail health insurance market is aimed at closing a major healthcare financing gap for individuals who are not covered by corporate health insurance schemes. Speaking at the launch of the company's new retail health insurance product, Eden Care, she notes that the initiative is designed to provide accessible and affordable healthcare protection while reducing the financial burden of medical expenses on individuals and families.
Insurance says the introduction of Eden Care marks its first major move into the retail health insurance space after years of serving corporate clients and their employees. According to the managing director, Araba Asumanu, the product was developed to address the growing number of individuals who lack access to employer-sponsored health insurance and are often forced to pay significant out-of-pocket medical expenses.
What we are doing today at Acacia is because we identified a gap between what the employers offer us as employees and what individuals would want to have. Not everyone works in the corporate field, and not everyone can be part of a corporate health insurance. And so we identify that there are people who have to cough up huge sums of money when they fall ill. And that health financing is a real issue. And so we thought of providing a product that would bridge the gap, a health insurance product, so that once you sign on to the health insurance plan, you can have access to health care in case the event happens.
Asumanu further noted that Eden Care differentiates itself through immediate access to cover, protection for chronic diseases, second medical opinion services, telemedicine support, and a strong emphasis on preventive healthcare and wellness programs.
What Eden Care offers is that unlike some retail health insurance products, you see that they offer you a policy and ask you to wait a number of months before the policy can kick off. With Eden Care, you sign up today, you start enjoying cover today. If you want to pay in installments, for instance, we may have to defer the start date. In addition to the no waiting period that we have, we cover chronic diseases. That is not something that is common in the markets. And then we also cover second medical opinion. I mean, who wouldn't want a second opinion for a diagnosis if you are not sure about that? Another thing that stands out for us is our wellness plan, our wellness and preventive plan. So we'd rather invest in your well-being than leave things for you to fall sick and then start utilizing the health insurance cover.
Acacia Insurance says the launch of Eden Care forms part of its strategy to deepen insurance penetration in Ghana by extending comprehensive healthcare coverage to individuals, families, and other groups outside the traditional corporate market.
And that ends it for Prime Business with me, James And for more stories, log on to myjoyonline.com/business. Thank you for watching. Up next is Most. Good evening.
Did you know that Ghana currently spends more than 8 billion Ghana cedis annually importing food that can be produced locally? That is why this June, Joy Business and the Super Morning Show, in partnership with the Federation of Associations of Ghanaian Exporters, FAGE, bring you the Joy Agribusiness Month 2026 under the theme From Soil to Sovereignty, Building Ghana's Agricultural Self-Reliance Through Innovation. Join us on the Joy Super Morning Show, JoyNews, and across Joy Business platforms for a month-long national conversation on Ghana's food security and agribusiness future. Week 1 focuses on government policy, trade and financing for food sovereignty. Week 2 explores research, innovation, mechanization. Week 3 examines infrastructure, value addition, youth participation and agricultural financing, while Week 4 highlights opportunities across key horticulture value chains. The final week looks at consumer power and Ghana's roadmap to food sovereignty by 2030. Stay tuned to Joy FM and Joy News.
Putting on just the fabric isn't really enough. You have to put on your confidence. I chose this Printex fabric because it symbolizes hope and success because of the color and the texture. Printex.
Welcome to Prime Sports with Remy Razak Musbar. We're just now 7 days to the 2026 World Cup. But the Black Queens have also been very busy here in Accra training for the 2026 Women's African Cup of Nations tournament. Now, the international window for June, which has been open, has seen them training at the University of Ghana Stadium and next in Accra. In fact, a total of 24 players took part in the training session, which began on Tuesday and continued today at the Accra Sports Stadium. Now, the team is preparing for some friendly games that are expected to take place in Accra, with Ampem Dakwa ladies expected to face off with the Black Queens. The team was expected to take part in a three-nation tournament, but that was cancelled, and will now have to focus on playing some local-based teams. The head coach of the side, Kim Lars Boykogrin, has been interacting with the media on the team's preparations so far.
Months have been great, I would say, like always. Great to be back with the girls. You can see that they have missed each other as well. So amazing energy. There have been really good trainings from the first day. Normally the first training day is a little bit slow because many have traveling. This time, of course, less because a big part of the group were already here in Ghana. So I think we saw it already in the first training. It was a higher tempo than normally the first day, and since then we have just been growing and better and better in every training. So far, very, very good. Of course, you always want to have good games, but we felt in the previous camp that we had in Dubai, we had, especially against Russia, a really tough game that we won with 4-0, so we know our potential. Every time when we meet each other, we keep growing and we perform better and better as a group. So even if we will not play against the national team in this window, we will have the opportunity to play against some local teams, Ampem Darkwa here tomorrow, and then potentially another game here. Then we will do the best from it. The good thing is that we can practice to do set pieces and things that you maybe can't do otherwise against national teams. So we see it in a positive way, and we're enjoying our time here in Ghana.
Well, let's talk about the Commonwealth Games now, because Ghana is looking forward to participating in that competition. It will be taking place in August. Now, the para team have officially unveiled 5 athletes who will represent the country at the Games in Glasgow, Scotland next month. My colleague Kwame Bernard, the film was at the event earlier this week and has more in this report.
The ceremony, which was held at ESP Hotel, brought together athletes, officials of the Ghana Paralympic Committee, members of the media, and stakeholders in Ghana's sporting community. The team includes Zinabu Issa, renowned wheelchair racer Buchu Nkegbe, rising talent Hayford Adai, international medal-winning para-powerlifter Haruna Tahiru, and swimmer Promise Aheto. As part of preparations for the Games, each athlete received financial support with a total cash package of 10,000 Ghana cedis. Speaking at the event, President of the Ghana Paralympic Committee, Samson Dean, commended the athletes for their dedication and hard work in preparation for the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow.
As the President of the National Paralympic Committee of Ghana, I am proud of what these athletes have achieved and even more excited about what they are capable of achieving on the international stage. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commonwealth Games is one of the world's most respected sporting events. It brings together athletes from across the world, from the Commonwealth states, to compete, inspire, and demonstrate the true values of sportsmanship, excellence, and inclusion. For para-athletes, the Games provide opportunity to show the world that disability is not inability.
Dean also called on corporate Ghana to increase its support for para-sport, stressing the importance of investment in athletes living with disabilities.
Tell my athletes, let the world know that I have 5 athletes going to the Commonwealth Games. The dollars they are giving to football, I need only 2%. That's the 2%. And they should wait and see if Tahiru will not have a peace of mind, if Zimbabwe will not have a peace of mind, if Bujo will not have a peace of mind, Hayford and Promise Ahito. They will go there thinking only about how to get to the podium. And at the end of the day, come back home with not less than 2 of the medals that is supposed to be taken there.
The 2026 Commonwealth Games will take place from July 23 to August 2 in Glasgow, Scotland, with Ghana's para-athletes aiming to make their mark on the international stage.
Well, meanwhile, Vice Chairman of the Commonwealth Games Ghana, Akufo-Addo, is urging corporate entities to support the athletes for the competition.
Indeed, we need to find ways of extracting maximum value out of it. And we can do that together as a people. That's the reason why, collectively as a nation, we must stand behind such opportunities. I mean, we're sending another batch of very promising athletes to Glasgow. Possibly, God willing, we may get the next gold medal. And when that happens, the knock-on effect on this country is limitless. But we can't do it together. The state has competing demands on a limited budget. And that is why there is enlightened corporate interest in situations like this. And that is why we call on corporate Ghana. Even as it's done in other spaces, this is an opportunity that you can't let go. A young man was telling me today about even the chance to be at the games to capture very deep moments and bring it back here. What it could, the impact on businesses, and not just the businesses, but how people feel about your business is something money can buy. So we invite you, come and join us. Come, let's go make Ghana proud again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, President Mal.
Yeah, so that was the Vice Chairman for Team Ghana leading to the Commonwealth Games there, Akufo-Addo, urging corporate entities to support the team as they get ready for the Commonwealth Games. Well, let's talk about the Black Stars now, because they have arrived in the USA to continue preparations for the World Cup. Now, the team arrived last night and were received by a number of Ghanaians in the USA, and the team is expected to be based in Rhode Island and be training at Brown University ahead of their first game against Panama in the group stages. Well, the team, we understand, will play a friendly game with Honduras behind closed door. We understand engagements are being made with the Honduras national team for that to take place. So the team has arrived. Now, Kwame Benaya is in studio with me because the FA has now confirmed officially the numbers that each player will be wearing at the World Cup. And the curiosity is who will be donning the number 10 jersey, who will be wearing the number 3 jersey that Asamajan wore, and a few other numbers that have become iconic in the Black Star setup. Benaya, good to have you.
Good to have you, Zach.
So who is wearing what number going into this World Cup?
Very interesting numbers, some not surprising, others too quite a bit surprising, but let's go through it. We have Lawrence Atizigi, who is going to don the number 1 shirt. He's been the number 1 for quite some time now.
It lives to be seen if
until Benjamin Asari took his place recently. So yeah, and we have Ali Duseidu. He's going to wear number 2. Kali Birinchi, he has gone for the iconic number 3 jersey. That was worn by Asamajan, the legend. Yeah. Number 3. But he wore it being a striker because number 3, we all know that the number 3 jersey is usually worn by players who like to play either right back or left back, or let me say basically the back line.
Yeah.
But he's decided to go with the number 3 shirt.
Okay.
And then we have Jonas Ajete. He's gone for the number 4 shirt. Thomas Partey with his iconic number 5 shirt at the Black Stars. And Abdul Mumin He's going to wear the number 6.
Okay.
Fatai Shahaku also wearing his favorite number, the number 7 shirt. And we have Kwesi Sibo, who is also wearing the number 8 shirt. Jordan Ayew with his favorite number, the number 9 shirt, because he's going to lead the line. And we have Brendan Thomas Asante. That's an interesting one because the number 10 shirt is usually carries this weight. The Black Stars in the national team was famously won by Andre Ayew. And Mohamed Kudus also wore it for, I think, just one game, and he dropped it. Koja Sama has also won that number before, but it's not a number that a lot of players fancy in the national team. But it's quite interesting that Brendan Thomas Asante has picked that number. That shows you the kind of human being or the kind of player he is.
The number has been won by iconic people. I mean,
very iconic
directly
people,
after Andre Ayew, he's taking it up at the World Cup. Understand
he's
the
very confident in his ability.
Yeah.
Because wearing the number 10 shirt means you are the star player. But
you have to do it.
Yeah, we are here to see whether he'll be a starter or not. And we have our main man heading to this tournament, Antoine Semenyo. Wearing the number 11 shirt. We have Joseph Annan with the number 12. Christopher Bonsuban also with the number 13. Gideon Mensah with his favorite number, the Black Stars, number 14. Elisha Owusu is going to wear the number 15 shirt. Then Benjamin Asari, he's gone for the number 16 shirt for the World Cup. And we have Baba Rahman who has made his return to the Black Stars ahead of the World Cup. He's also going to wear his number, the number 17. Jerome Opoku is going to wear the number 18 shirt. And Inaki Williams with his favorite number, the number 19 shirt. And Augustin Boache, he's gone for the number 20
And interestingly, that's the very number Kudus wore at the 2022 World Cup.
Number, exactly, yeah. And because Kudus couldn't make it for the World Cup, so Augustin Boache has taken that shirt. And it's quite interesting because they also play the same kind of role on the pitch. He's kind of like an attacking midfielder and can play in multiple positions, just like Kudus. So we hope you provide us with that Kudus magic. But then we have Kojo Opoku Pepra. He's going to wear the number 21. Kamal Din Suleimana is going to wear the number 22. And Derek Lucasen, he replaced the injured Alexander Jiku. He's gone for the number 23. And we have Ernest Noama, who was quite impressive in his cameo against Wales. Everyone was talking about his performance. He's going to wear the number 24. And the last two are Edu Prince. He's going to wear number 25. And Marvin Senaya, who was the standout performer against Wales. He's going to wear the number 26. So quite an interesting jersey numbers that the players are going to be wearing at the World Cup. But I think all in all, most of them comes as no surprise.
Indeed, no surprise at all. So, in terms of the iconic numbers, number 10, Brendan Thomas Asante will wear. And Asamoah Gyan's jersey will be worn by Caleb Irinchi. And Asamoah Gyan has had some really good words for Caleb Irinchi. He's really excited about the player. And for the regulars of Jordan Ayew, he retains his number 9 jersey. Inaki Williams keeps his number 19. And Thomas Partey also keeps.
And for Irinchi, it's quite interesting because when the squad was announced, he wasn't listed as a defender because we all know he's a midfielder and that's where he thrives at. And he was listed as a midfielder. So it means he's going to be wearing the number 3 JC
in midfield.
That's also quite an interesting one because we don't usually see midfielders wearing this kind of numbers like the number 3, the number 2. It's quite an interesting one that's why it's an iconic number. So I think it continues. So that's
it. Indeed. But I thank you very much. But one opponent the Black Stars will be facing in the World Cup is England, and one of their star players, Kobbie Mainoo, is already optimistic that the team can win the World Cup. He's talking about England winning the World Cup. It's Kobbie Mainoo.
Definitely, always wanted to play in a World Cup throughout my life. It's the biggest tournament in the world, so it's definitely different from the Euros, but try and approach it in the same with the goal that we want to win. And the whole team's working hard and it's coming together really nicely.
When did it feel real? Was it stepping onto the tarmac? Was it getting out there on the training ground today?
It still doesn't, to be honest, but hopefully by the time the first game comes, it'll really sink in.
It's been such a strange season for you. How many doubts did you have personally when you were sitting on the bench for so long in the first 3 quarters of this season almost under Ruben Amorim? Did you doubt this moment would happen with England?
I mean, obviously there was difficult times, but I just tried to keep my focus on what was in front of me and take things day by day and just keep working at my craft and keep working hard for the team and in training and everything, and I hope the rest would come, and thankfully it has.
Seems you're in top form as well.
Yeah, I'm feeling good at the moment, so trying to carry it on and keep pushing.
What about the weather? I mean, we can see you sweating now, and that was supposed to be a light session. Is it difficult?
It's different, but you know, they've set up this great facility for us, and all the staff and everyone's working really hard to get us acclimatised as quick as we can. So hopefully by the first game we'll be ready and it'll feel at home.
Can England win this? Do you believe they will?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I mean, I feel like everyone in the squad, the staff, everyone believes we can win it, but that doesn't come easy, and it's going to come first game, second game. We have to build and build and build, and I think that's what we have to focus on.
How do you think you've developed as a player and as a person since the Euros, Kobe?
It's a tough question. I feel like I've matured with ups and downs, and as a player I feel like I've grown, I think become more confident and more ambitious, and just want to carry that through and show that on the pitch.
Well, let's stay in England because Liverpool, they have appointed Andoni Raiola as their head coach on a 2-year contract following the sacking of Arne Slot. The former Bournemouth manager joins the Reds after guiding Bournemouth to an impressive 6th place finish in the Premier League. Well, he's been speaking to the club's media on his plans for the team.
Adoni, welcome to Liverpool. Tell us about how you feel sat here in the Liverpool tracksuits.
It's really excited because obviously you know about Liverpool, you know that it's a big club, a massive club, one of the biggest in the world, but feeling inside, you know, and understanding a little bit more of this club. And I always thought it's a special club, not about the football side, also because what people think about even during the week, how they are passionate about the club and everyone, the ones who like football, the ones that probably are not interested, but I have some experience with Athletic Club that I could in some ways familiarize. But it's going to be fun to experience it from the inside, yeah.
It's a huge challenge. It's a football challenge as well. So what attracted you to that part, the football inside of the club?
I think you don't need a lot of things to get attracted by Liverpool. No, Liverpool is Liverpool. But obviously the atmosphere, the supporters, the club, the players, the chance for me to coach top-level players, the chance to fight for titles, I think it cannot be more attractive than this. It's difficult to find it, you know, so really excited to start, yes.
Well, let's do some tennis now in the French Open. It's still underway, and qualifier Chuan Niska has continued her fairy tale in the French Open, triumphing after settling up a final showdown with Russia teenager Mira Andreeva, now the Polish world number 114, who had only ever won 2 matches at a Grand Slam before this tournament. Continued her astonishing run at the Roland Garros by beating 25th seed Diana Schneider 7-6, 6-4 to make it to the final. Well, here is a complete wrap of all that happened on day 12 of the Roland Garros.
We are at the championship matches. It is the first of the big finals here at Roland Garros in 2026. And the Italians simply couldn't reel them in. And this mixed doubles final will come down to the match tiebreak. It's Irani and Vavasori that go back-to-back here at Roland Garros.
So we're all set for the first of the women's semi-finals here in Paris. Oh, the perfect point. And the teenager takes this opening set. Has she made that? She has. Andreeva is into the final. She knows that she is one step away from the dream. Well, all eyes are on this second semi-final. Now, well played. And Maya Helinska takes the opening set on the tiebreak. The qualifier is into the final. When you think this Roland Garros cannot get any crazier, it does another left turn on you.
Well, interesting times in the French Open. Wait to see who win the women's singles there. Anyway, that's all we have for you tonight on Prime Sports. We'll be back same time tomorrow. On Joy Prime tomorrow between 4 to 5 p.m. we have a comprehensive build-up to the World Cup as it looks set to start come next week Thursday. So join us. Everything about the World Cup that you need to know. We'll bring you all of it. The rest of the Joy Sports team, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Joy Prime, Destination 2026.
I was born in 1999, so for most of my life, the Ghanaian currency has looked just like this. But before these designs, our trade system went through many transformations, from the days of barter trade to using pounds, shillings, and eventually cedis and pesos. Each stage tells a story of our nation's journey. On our Ghana Man series today, I'm here as the Artists Alliance Gallery to explore the evolution of our money. What changed? Why? And how has it shaped our economy? Come with me.
Money, they say, makes the world go round. But it also tells a story of independence, leadership, and identity. Today, I take a step back in time to explore the people behind our city. I have come to meet Miodoy Glover. He is the general manager at the Artists Alliance Gallery. He'll be walking me through the evolution of Ghana's currency.
So we have most of the old currencies here, as far as that of the pound to the present stage. Yes. We have that of the pound here. Immediately, we took over from the British. We changed to the Ghana cedi, which has Kwame Nkrumah's head on it.
This is the first cedi.
That is the Kwame Nkrumah cedi. This money was used whilst Kwame Nkrumah was in power.
But Nkrumah's presence on our currency was short-lived. After his overthrow in 1966, his image was removed, reflecting political shifts and historical rewriting.
Immediately he was throned, we stopped using it, and we started moving into other currencies. Yes, we term this money Kwasianity, that's all. So you can understand how, when we overthrew Kwame Nkrumah, how we felt about him. To even describe his head on our money as Kwasianity, that's all.
First president of Ghana.
The first president of Ghana.
I thought we loved him so much because of the good things he did.
Yes, we did. But when he was overthrown, most of the stories that was told about him about Kankan, Nyame, how he was using our children's blood and all those things. So there was that intention of finishing him, destroying him with all that he's done. So I remember when we were young, this money had that description. Hence, we stopped using it. And we have to move on to other currencies.
Ghanaian currency has since become a canvas for honoring national heroes. The 50 pesos coin celebrates Rebecca Nadede Aite, a businesswoman and activist who helped finance Ghana's independence.
She was an entrepreneur. Then she was popularly known for selling flour, for baking bread.
Okay.
Yes. And she was also the #1 sponsor of the CPP party.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yes. So she helped in the fight for the independence.
It is often something that we forget when we are growing up, but it catches up with us very soon. I'm talking about pensions. But if you indeed contribute well when you were active, you might be going home smiling. On PM Express Business Edition, we take a look at one of the biggest pension funds in this country and those who are managing it. That is the SNIT pension scheme. There have been questions about how can we sustain this scheme going forward with all the external pressures. On PM Express Business Edition, we look at how can we sustain this country's pension scheme and manage it well in the midst of all the external pressures, even though the economy is now firmly stabilized. On PM Express Business Edition, I'm indeed grateful to have the Director General of Social Security and National Insurance Trust, who is my guest on PM Express tonight. And sir, I appreciate your time so much, and then thank you. Finally, I have an opportunity to engage you. But I'll first want to start with moving from more of a typical private sector banking into more of a parastatal kind of institution. And for you, how has the move been for you personally in terms of getting into SNIT?
George, thank you very much, and happy to be here. I know we've been having conversations about sitting together, discussing your trust, our trust, and how it's doing. But importantly as well, it's been a refreshing first year in office for me and the team. You rightfully said I came from a private sector background from Absa Bank, but it would interest you to know that I had spent 21 years at ADB, that's a publicly owned bank. So some of the experiences of working in a public owned bank has been relevant. But importantly as well, my private sector experience